Hello everyone, I'm Flametusk, and welcome to the final few episodes of Infinifactory. So, today, I still haven't solved fire control system. I still don't have my own solution for fire control system, so that will be the final episode. However, I have solved navigation computer and skip drive. So that is not my solution, as it was in solution 2, and it was before solution 1. So, I can't remember which episode number this is, but this is navigation computer. It's episode 30 something. This is navigation computer. So this is what you have to build. It's the first large output. In fact, it's the first of the large outputs to use it's the first of the outputs to use this large output thing. So it's basically a giant computer. We're given that, and these, right? So we're given these guys. And then we're given this thing. Yeah, we're given these things, this thing, which this thing is quite awkward to deal with, and this, which is very awkward to deal with. So what I've done is give myself a bit more room. What I did here is I gave myself a bit more room by pulling this over. I'll start from the beginning. So yeah, pull it over and then have a lifter. And then bring it up here. And this actually works really well because the output is lower than, or is higher than the input. And this brings it to the same level as the output. So, originally, this contraption was going to be on a big rotating arm, but I didn't really see the need for it. Now, since this thing's here first, if these welders... Oh yeah, I gave myself I pulled it out so that it could slide in front of these welders. And now, over here where there's actually, I guess I'll show you the sorting system thing first. So I have so every other one of these yeah, every other one of these. Alright, my input rate is at +2. So, every other one of this side gets moved onto this conveyor, which goes along here, and then every other one of these goes here, so I guess I'll show you what happens here and then reset the solution, or not reset, restart it rather. So those fall down there. And then, well, these ones, this just goes over here and goes here for this short stack. The reason this is a blocker is because I need to be able to retract it to get it out of the way. I need to get it out of the way for when this is ready to move on, because otherwise it'll be blocking the movement because of the chip that goes there. So that one. So these two just stack on top of each other, on top of the blocker. And now this side. So they go over here, and then every other one goes, and I have a timer there, so every other one of those goes. So then this one goes over here, and it lands up here. And then, well, the one that was split off from here goes down and lands here and sits there. So I'll show you what those first three having fallen look like. So that one's there, that one's there, and that one's there. The reason that these are on an arm is because if they weren't, they would weld too early. So now, the next 5 come, which come from here. Yeah, came from here, here, there, here. Wait. Let me run that again. So there's the first 3, and then the other 5. Right, another one goes there, and then these 2. And then the last 2. It's this second last one to go into place that causes everything to be welded. So it's connected to the blocker there. And, however, the reason it's connected to the blocker is because the conduits just connect, and it doesn't hurt the puzzle at all. It doesn't affect anything to have that retract and extend for cycle. So retract, extend, and then that one is on conveyor to pull this thing. Yeah, to pull this thing. So then that one, that chip activates that sensor, which activates this again, but as everything is all welded, it doesn't matter. And also activates, ignore that, also activates the blocker, retracting it. So then it can just go. And then this goes along here. I'll show you the path this thing takes, the big block. It just goes along like this and down here. Now this thing. This is basically the only time I've ever used a giant rotating arm. Except it's not a giant rotating arm because it is not, there are no input blocks attached, it's just welders. So, what happens is, when the big guy, when the circuit board, it comes along here, and this direction takes priority, which means it goes here, And then, here, I'll show you on the next input. So when it goes there, that activates, causing this, because this is already sitting there. So it causes this, that pusher. Oh, that one block has to be there, otherwise the rotators will act unpredictably. At least I can't predict off the top of my head how they'll work. Also, just it's easier this way. So that pushes, yeah. So that sensor, or so that pusher pushes that. So that rotator will be underneath it, causing it to rotate and causing that welder to connect with this welder, causing this to be welded. Recording a video. Ignore that. That goes down here. That's a single cycle delay. So that this has time to be welded because this takes 2 cycles. And that's delay is connected to that blocker, which then allows this to just go, and then it just goes to the exit. This input ratio is as fast as it can go without these messing up. I had to extend this a bit once to get to this higher input rate. Not ratio, rate. Because otherwise this was pushing this and was getting welded right next to it, so yeah. Ignore those bests, those are from the solution that I had looked up. So, that was episode whatever it is of Infinifactory Solutions. Hope you enjoyed. Hope I could help.